Romajang stepping away. Stunning work from Bridger. What an individual score this is.
Talent aplenty has graced these great leagues, but now future stars are set to shine. Last season was the most thrilling to date, but now it's time for a new crop of talent to grace the field, and in this league, anything could happen. It's time to take your seat. The best leagues in the land are back.
Byfield with a BUCS Super Rugby try for the ages.
And then was a white line seeking missile.
Rise towards the line. Sensational score from Romajang.
Wind into gear and drive to the line. And Cardiff are streaking across.
Welcome back, everybody. BUCS Super Rugby is back underway.
Hello and welcome to what is a rather cold night here on King Coyd campus. Tonight, an informed Cardiff Met side take on bottom of the league Nottingham in what should be a very exciting game. But before we get into that, let's see how Cardiff Met got on their last BUCS fixture against their rivals Bath in what was a rather sensational game.
It looks like a strong scrum from both sides. And Morgan with ball in hand now. Oh, and it's intercepted. Bath on the run. Will Rue in the corner, and he's in. An unfortunate mishap there from Cardiff Met.
It's been relatively in the balance at the moment, and just a mistake in the midfield, not looking after the ball enough. We said it's going to be a free-flowing game, but you've got to look after that ball, and I think Met just tried to be a little bit too clever in midfield there. But with the momentum behind them now, they'll be looking for a big old drive, I'd say.
Yeah, and they have succeeded with the line out, and a big drive looks like in the corner, and it's in! It's a try for Cardiff Met, and it looks like it is Evan Sheldon, the man who comes back into the squad, has got the first try of the night for Cardiff Met. Great work there from the pack, as you say, hunting like lions. Again into Met's pack. Mackenzie Graham now. With a strong carry, Mackenzie Graham. He's over the line. Graham under the post. The first try of the second half.
Cardiff Met's defence just kind of crumbled, and a massive gap opened up. It was like the Red Sea, and he could just trot over under the post.
This is, and it feels, and it seems like a monumental timing in this game as Western looks to take the 3 points. And he misses. It's gone wide. That might be a massive impact in this game. One last chance now at this game as the clock is in the red. Brandon Harvey wants to go at this, the American powerhouse, and he sees the white line, and is he over? No, he's just not, he's just shy. Now Captain Ewan Guy sees the ball. Captain Ewan Guy sees the line. Oh, it's a try for Captain Ewan Guy. Captain fantastic. The line has never been better. You're at King Coyd. Ewan Guy has got the try in the final stages of the game. The Alpers are going mental. We're going mental.
Well, I can only describe what I can see opposite me as pure limbs. It needs to be on some sort of Twitter account by tonight, I'm telling you.
And let's just wait for McKay to kick this. Whether it goes over or not, there is going to be a huge roar on Rugby 1, and it goes over, and the final score here at Rugby 1 is Cardiff Met 15, Bath 12, and that roar is exactly what was expected, a huge victory.
So tonight I'm joined here by Scotland Under-20 International, Archers captain and sports media student, Ewan Guy. How you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. How about you?
Yeah, fine, thank you very much. For those of you wondering at home, they'll probably be wondering, just before we get into that great game against Bath earlier, why you're up here with me in the gantry and not warming up down on the pitch.
So I picked up a little niggle against Bath last week at the end of the first half, and I just wasn't at full fitness ready for this weekend, so I had to take a bit of a back seat. Hopefully it gets better for the weeks to come.
Yeah, that's great. We wish you a speedy recovery on your way in. Let's get into it. Talk to me about that Bath game last night. Last week. It was such a great game, getting over the line at the end. And how are you feeling? What was going through your head in the last dying moments of the game?
Oh yeah, look, it was massive, and I was actually on the bench when we sort of got up into the gold zone. Benji was playing, and then he went down with a bit of a shoulder injury, and the coaches told me that I was going back on, and I thought, oh, bloody hell, it's sort of do or die moments. But credit to the squad that got us up in that position. We were right on their line for about 8 minutes. There was loads of overtime going on, and I was just the lucky one to put the ball down over the line at the dying seconds of the game.
And how did it feel to be that one who scored the winning try right at the end there?
Yeah, look, I can't lie, it was a really good feeling.
Yeah.
I had Rory Morgan over the top of me, sort of screaming in my face. I saw Kev fall over on the floor.
Yeah.
I think the up here described it as limbs. It felt exactly like everyone was describing it, but again, it wasn't, even though I was the one that put it over the line, it wasn't just me. The boys who got us into that position, Max Surrey taking the penalty to get us up there. It was cracking all around, and it was amazing.
And mentally, rugby can be such a challenging game, especially in last week's fixture. You had this awful weather thrashing down on you. You had rain, you had wind. You're in the last moments of the game in a losing position. What kind of things do you guys do as a team to keep up that winning mentality and overcome that mental hurdle?
Yeah, so we do a lot of work on our psychology. We've got a psychology coach, as you would call it. We do something called Mind Gym to work on our mindset. And what we do is any breaks we have, we try to take 2 breaths to try to get us back and composed. Everyone's really bought into that, and it helps us massively to stay composed in those dying minutes. And that's what you can see there. It's not just against Bath. It was the Saturday fixture and the week before in Durham the mindset of the boys really came into fruition there.
Yeah, and obviously it's not just a mental game; it's physical as well. Last week's conditions, as we mentioned, were horrific. How big a role did that play in the performance that day?
Oh yeah, look, it was massive. We ended up getting the win behind our backs in the first half. Probably something I wouldn't have wished to do if I won the toss, but Bath won the toss. They chose to play against the wind, and we really hoped that we could put enough points on the board to sort of put them dead and buried, but the exact opposite happened. We didn't score enough. Bath came back into contention, had the wind in the second half, and it just became a massive dogfight, and that's exactly where the physicality comes in. All we had to do was sort of stay in the game, stay a point within a score within it, and that's exactly what we did, and we reaped the rewards at the end. Yeah,
you definitely did reap the rewards. Going to your fans, the ultras that are always turning up to these games, just how big a role do they play in the success of this Cardiff Met team?
Yeah, look, everyone says it every week. They are amazing. They're probably anywhere I've ever been, fans-wise, Exeter, Hartbury, these boys out there are the best. They come there every week, and without fail, I live with a couple of the boys who are the social sex, and they just, every year they're the ones bigging it up, getting everyone down there, doing the different socials. Last week they did a charity shop social.
Oh yeah.
So each of the boys have £10 to spend in a charity shop.
Yeah.
So obviously it's good for the community and for us. You see boys dressed in silly outfits, but there's money going towards the charity shops as well. So
it's really great.
Yeah, it's really, really good for us. And honestly, they get us through the last minutes. As I said, we were in 8-minute stoppage time, and they were still screaming in the howling wind and the rain. So they're massive for us.
And similarly to their support, in your absence today, have you done anything to sort of support the team going into tonight's fixture against Nottingham? Any advice, any support that you've given them ahead of the game?
Yeah, like obviously not out there today, but apart from the review stuff, I was still fully in the squad all week, doing my sort of section of the review, looking at the contact area and the play moves that they do, giving as much as I can, even though I'm not there, sort of thing. But everyone does it each week, and they're fully ready for what's coming today, I think.
Yeah. And they obviously play such a big role. So when we go to next week's game against Hartbury, how are you feeling towards next week? Do you think you'll be ready to be fit again for that game?
Yeah, look, I hope so. It's always hard to tell with little muscle injuries, but I hope I'm ready. I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss any games. It's always tough missing games, but hopefully I'm back and thriving, and then put my name in the ring for the coach's selection sort of thing.
And it's not just BUCS fixtures that Cardiff Met play. They're also in the WRU Championship. How do you guys deal with playing in such two competitive leagues at the same time?
Look, this is the first year that we've sort of battled across two fronts. Obviously with the WRU and the BUCS Super Rugby, this is the first year we've tried to put out two massively strong squads. We're obviously aiming in the champ for a top 4 and get promotion into the new community prem, and aiming for also a top 4 here to get a home quarter final. And it is taxing on the boys. A couple of boys have to double up. We try and miss it where we can and get a fresh squad out, but the positive sides to that are there's plenty of game time going on, and you get a different competition against men. So a lot of the young boys coming in, the freshers, they get a chance to put their name in the ring against hard-grown male rugby players, and that's massive.
And so I was going to ask, how is it competing between the men's league against in the WRU Championship? But this is how the WR Championship Cardiff Met got on in the league against Newbridge.
Come on.
We're doing good.
Right, we're getting stuck here. We're being real strong here. Right, let's keep that intensity in that defence.
2, 3,
Come on. Get the rugby, not me. One last thing. Congrats, Sonny, on his first cap. And a first yellow card.
Good evening and welcome to Rugby 1 here at King Coyd campus. It may be Wales versus England in the Six Nations this weekend, but we've got exactly that for you tonight. Nottingham have made the journey to Cardiff for this one, and there's plenty on the line for both. I'm delighted to say, after his magnificent performance on camera, Ewan Guy now joins me on commentary. Ewan, we've just seen the boys leave the field. They're still in the sheds. What will the atmosphere be like in there right now?
Oh yeah, look, the atmosphere in the changing rooms will be massive. You'll have people like Joe Cowell and Rory Morgan getting the boys up for tonight, and then as soon as you come down, you got the ultras gearing you up even more.
Yeah, and we heard some of those ultras singing your song whilst you're on camera. Must be good whilst you're up here to still hear them singing your name.
Yeah, look, it's great. I can't help but smile and be thankful for them for coming out each week to support us.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure you boys will be hoping for a big win tonight. Do you think it's going to be a hard game with the boys facing Nottingham tonight? Obviously, they're bottom of the table, scrapping for their lives, needing those points.
Yeah, obviously, the table doesn't tell everything. We played them away and we lost, so it's going to be a massive scrap against them, 100%.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at the Archers lineup for tonight, Ewan. We'll just see them coming onto screen here. It's just the 3 changes from last week's BUCS Wednesday win against Bath, with Murphy, Merritt and Cowell in the front row. Joe Cowell captains the side tonight in the absence of Ewan Guy. The second row consists of stalwarts Brandon Harvey and Liam Antrobus, who keep their place in the 15. In the back row, Evan Sheldon starts again at 6, and keep your eyes on number 7 Dutch debutant Mike Hansen. He'll be playing alongside Ardal Jallup, who completes the pack. At halfback, linking up once again, it's Rory Morgan at 9 and Ross McKay in at fly half. Number 11, electric winger Roma Zheng is back from injury after a cut ear that kept him out of the squad last week, and the powerful Chris Johnson is joined by centre Elijah Evans. Joshua Carrington, the danger man as ever, is number 14, and the ever-impressive Steph Davies completes the starting lineup. On to the replacements then. It's Chapman, Surrey and Pritchard who are in your front row replacements, with Barnaby Waddell wearing number 19. Will Owen sees his first inclusion at this level and will be hoping to make his BUCS Super Rugby debut later in the game. Roberts Berry and tricky winger Porter Goodrum round out the squad. Let's take a look at Nottingham then, who have made the journey down to South Wales. They make 8 changes from their starting lineup last week. 2 of those are in the front row. Your props for tonight, McIntosh and Marr coming off the bench. Hooker Lewis Pickford will be captaining the squad after his man of the match performance against Durham. Caelan Stanton starts at lock as Alex Connaughton goes from flanker to join him in the second row for this one, and Glanville, Lee and O'Byrne make up the pack. In at 9, it's Will Bailey, who comes off the bench from last week, and Joe Payne makes his return to the squad at fly half. Winger Alex Garrett is one of those who did play against Durham, and so did 13 Ryan Sweeting. Barnaby Horbury's back in the squad at centre after being away on a skiing holiday, and one man looking to slalom his way through Met's defence is winger Connor Moyes. Finally, at 15, Jamie Whitwell keeps everything intact. For the replacements, 5 of those who started last week dropped to the bench, notably Swedish international and exchange student Ali Lohman, who scored last time out. Centre Cormac Calnan got his name on the board as well. He wears 22 this evening. Finally, last week's number 10 and conversion converter versus Durham, Jamie Anand completes the squad. Well, Ewan, we see the Archers making their way onto the pitch now. Your thoughts on the lineup for this evening?
Yeah, it's a real strong performance from a strong lineup from Cardiff, Matt, but I'm sure even with the changes, Nottingham are going to be really strong as well. I'm looking forward to see Brandon Harvey go up against Stanton for Nottingham. I know he's a real player for Nottingham that they rely on.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like Ross McKay will be getting us underway very, very soon. The Northern Irish number 10. Last time out, these two teams, it was a win for Nottingham, 43-39. And both sides will be looking to get points on the board this evening. So the referee gets us underway. Ross McKay with the kick into the territory of Nottingham. The Archers chasing that one down strongly. Nottingham retain the ball. A lengthy pass out as Nottingham kick right back, just about to the halfway line. Recovered and just about kept in play as the Archers are away here. Little Grubber in behind. Oh, and Nottingham just about keep it in play. Ewan, a frantic start for the Archers.
Yeah, no, it was. It looked like a pretty poor kick from Nottingham, kicking it quite in field, and then Mike Hansen got the little push pass over, and Elijah looked like he was gone then, but it's good cover from Nottingham there.
Yep. Kick out into the arms of Roma Zheng, looking to beat a man as he so likes to do. Big collision on the near side, and the ball pops out into the arms of Nottingham. Little scramble here, and it looks like Met may have just retained possession. Ball into Liam Antrobus here, using his frame to hold off the defence. Oh, and it's a poor pass from the Archers, intercepted by the 14, Connor Moyes. Not the turnover and lack of possession the Archers were looking for early doors. Joe Cowell there, strong as ever though, holds up the boys in green. As the ball goes high into the Kincoid sky and just about bounces into touch. Slightly frantic in the early opening exchanges. No one really grabbed a hold of the game just yet. Ewan?
Yeah, no, it was another poor kick from Nottingham, kicking out on the full, giving Met a chance on the 22 to make a play happen here with the first line out.
Yep, and Met retain the ball from the line out. Number 8, Ardal Yallop there, driving forward into Cowell. It's well guarded by Nottingham. Ball back out to Antrobus, out into McKay. Well, slight dummy there, looking to try and break the line was Chris Johnson. The Archers gaining yards ever so slightly. As Cal pushes over in the ruck. On the far side now, a slight breakdown there of play, and who's going to end up with the ball? It was punted out by the Nottingham forward there. Another slight mishap by the Archers. That's a few times now the ball's slipped out of hands and gone to the opposition. Ewan, do you think the cold weather, something about the environment might be playing a factor in that early on?
Yeah, look, it's early on in the game, so they're probably just trying to settle the nerves, but still a good field position from Cardiff Met. They've still got the pressure put on them, so they were trying to make something happen here at this line-out.
Yeah, it's another line-out for the Archers. George Merritt will look to put the ball in. Let's wait and see who he goes for. And it is the 5 Antrobus. As the Archers drive towards their opponent's 22. They're doing well here, still gaining yards. The ball's yet to come out. Rory Morgan throws the ball out. There's a collision. Again, yards gained by the Archers. Positive signs as the ball comes out here to Mackay. Little grubber over the top for the chasing Chris Johnson. And the referee blows up.
Yeah, it was a massive carry from Kev to get us off the run, but Rory looking for the little kick option over the top just to apply the pressure. But yeah, Nottingham end up with the ball and now got the called the mark, so they'll have a chance to kick the ball upfield and relieve a bit of pressure.
Yeah, haven't had the ball in the Archers' half just yet. Perhaps some territory to be gained here as they once again kick to Zhang. Perhaps he'll go for another one of his famous runs, and it looks like he's doing exactly that. He has beaten one, he's beaten 2, and he's almost beaten a 3rd. It's number 3, Fred Ma, who brings him down in the end with those dancing feet of Roma Zheng on show early on. Strong play here in the middle of the field as the ball comes out. Oh, this escape from the challenge just about brought down on the far side. Joe Cowell collides just over the opponent's 10-metre line. Ball back out into the centre. Ross McKay. Chris Johnson now collides into another one of those Nottingham players. Lots of yards gained with the ball in hand. As the ball's out to Zheng now. Grubber over the top. Archers searching for it. It has bounced into the hands of Nottingham, who go for the run. I tell you what, he's beaten 2 there. And number 10 is brought down just inside their own 22. Ball comes out, and it's the number 4, Caelan Stanton, who gains a little bit of territory for the boys in green and gold. Ball just comes out of the ruck now and is kicked back upfield towards number 15, Steph Davies, who's brought down well by Connor Moyes. As Rory Morgan pops the ball out. And the Archers look to go again. Rory Morgan once again looks for the kick up into the night sky, and the ball bounces on the touchline just out of play. And it's brought back for the line-out. Have line-outs been going so far this season then for the Archers, Ewan? Something you've been working on?
Yeah, massively. We really want to get a good set piece going into this game, and it's something we've massively focused on in the build-up. Yeah,
and it is Nottingham we retain from this one. Number 4, Caelan Stanton, smashing into the midfield there with a little bit of territory as Will Bailey looks to reset play for Notts. Ball makes its way over the top now from the kick, and it looks like Connor Moyes is going to catch the ball. He's escaped his man, and it looks like he is going to get the try Nottingham go 5-0 up inside 7 minutes. Not the hope the Archers were looking for, but Nottingham will be ecstatic. Bottom of the table at the moment, and a 5-0 lead against Cardiff Met is exactly how they wanted to start this one. Ewan, guys, got to be a shock for the Archers.
Yeah, look, there was a couple big shots there from Evan Sheldon and George Merritt, but fair play to Nottingham. They identified the space just behind the back line really well there, chipping it over, gathered amazingly, and just beat Steph Davies and went under the sticks. But good start from Nottingham, even though the pressure was all in Cardiff Met's hands.
It was. It's been all Cardiff Met so far. I believe it was number 14, Connor Moyes, with the try. The Saracens under 18 winger making his mark early on in the game, and he took that chance. The ball came straight to his hands, and my word, did he make the most of it. 5-0, 7 minutes in. You see the Archers in a slight huddle just while the kick's about to be taken. Hush falls over Kincoid. The kick is taken. The flags are up, and 2 more points are added onto the board for Nottingham in this one.
I'm sure Joe Carl would have had a word under the sticks there to just calm the boys' nerves a little bit and say nothing's changed and to get back out there.
Yeah, we can only imagine. It's exactly what will be going on. Ewan, you've been in these situations before. Cardiff Met has fallen behind a few times this week, most notably last week against Bath. Were behind most of the game until that 80-plus minutes winner from yourself, Ewan. Hopefully the Archers will be looking to gain a few more points before the 80th minute in this one. As the ball goes long to the 15, Jamie Whitwell, taker of the conversion for Nottingham. He calls the mark, and Nottingham will look to kick back deep into Cardiff Met's half. It's Whitwell, kicks once again to Zheng, takes it well, no mistake there, and fires it back. A few steps, and it's a strong drive from Steph Davies, looking to gain a few yards. As Archers look to retain a bit of possession, they have done that. Oh, and the line's almost broken there by Cardiff Met, and Rory Morgan quickly getting the ball up as Ardal Yallop escapes one challenge. The ball's kicked over from Rory Morgan, straight into the hands of Nottingham, who kicks straight back all the way to Steph Davies. Oh, and Steph Davies slips just on the 10-metre line. Fortunate not to lose control of the ball on that one, as it pops out to Ardal Yallop now. Does gain a few yards, and the ball has gone back into the hands of number 15, Jamie Whitwell, who chips over the top. And it looks like it is going to stay in play. I see a few shaking heads from the Archers faithful. Not too happy with that performance, as Cal escapes 2 challenges now. And a long pass out to Zheng, who escapes 1. He's got another on his tail. He escapes 2 and has to be brought down just on the 22 line.
Nottingham are bringing great line speed so far in this game, really shutting down the carriers of Cardiff Met, making it real tough for them to get out of a sticky situation.
Yeah, it's a frantic start. End-to-end stuff here at Rugby 1. Joe Payne into the arms of Alex Garrett. Does well to escape a first challenge, but it looks like Antrobus may have been the man to bring him down in the end. Fred Marr pops the ball off. Oh, and the number 7, Sammy Lee, almost escaping through the lines. Sheldon just about bringing down his man. Into the hands of Marr. And the referee blows up. Sammy Lee could not get his hands on the ball. Talk us through that one, Ewan.
Yeah, it was a great jackal from George Merritt there. He had a little look at the breakdown beforehand and decided it wasn't worth it, and then bided his time, saw there was an opportunity, got a great position over the ball, and the Nottingham players couldn't get him off it. Great turnover from George.
Yeah, and we've just seen the replay of the try there. Lovely work from the winger, Connor Moyes. Superb work from him, and a great early try for Nottingham.
Really changed the complexion of the game. That Cardiff wouldn't have wanted that to happen.
No, certainly not, especially having so much of the ball in the early exchanges. George Merritt throws the ball in. Looks like Brandon Harvey conducting things in there. Romasheng picks up the ball. It's well tackled. Closed down very quickly by Conor Moyes. Joe Cowell stands in for Rory Morgan and drives well. Yards gained by Sheldon. Morgan into Harvey. Rory Morgan pops off to Zheng behind the back. And Zheng loses it, and Cardiff Met will do well not to turn over the ball here. It looks like they may have retained as Sheldon picks it up and looks to drive forward, pushing at that Nottingham defensive line. But he's held up. Ooh.
Good clear there from Ross. Seen he was isolated and cleared out the man from. Good clear from number 10 there.
Zardo Yalak's brought down. The ball finds its way to Evan Sheldon once again. And the celebrations you can hear are from the Nottingham staff and substitutes down below us. Another turnover.
Yeah, Nottingham look like they're really firing the breakdowns at the minute. From the first 10-15 minutes, they've really gone hard at the breakdowns, and it's a great turnover, and Met just sort of slipped on the clear out there, given the opportunity for the turnover.
Looks like the kick is just about kept in superbly by Zheng, acrobatically by the Cardiff Met winger, and it is kicked back up into the opposing 22. They'll try again, Nottingham here. Looks like this one may have gone a little bit wider, and it's straight into touch. No bounce on that one.
Yeah, that was really acrobatic from Roma. Changed the momentum massively. Nottingham would have had a line out on around the 22, but now Met have got one on the halfway, so that was really impressive from Roma.
Yeah, he's been impressive all season. Romasheng already got a 3-year contract with the Harlequins. Once he leaves Cardiff Met, I'm sure there are many here who won't be wanting that to happen anytime soon. And Sheldon there evades one tackle, brought down by the second. Rory Morgan out to Ardal Yallop. Back in the squad this week, Yallop. Evan Sheldon driving, pushing, striving to get that ball as far as he can. It's kind of met touching the 22.
Thought Roma was going to go quickly then, but I think he thought better of it.
Something he likes to do?
Oh yeah, he's a bit of a loose wire that's hard to keep track of in training, so it wouldn't have surprised me if he'd done it here, but if he would have, there's no doubt he probably would have made some meters, but probably deciding better to get the line out in the, on the 5 metre and try potentially start them all going for Cardiff Met.
Yeah, Ross Mackay does exactly that. It's almost as if you know what you're on about, Ewan, whilst you're up here. Ross Mackay kicks into touch. Looks like George Merritt will go out to take once again. Referee just holding things up for the moment. Merritt has the ball above his head, and it comes into the hands of Antrobus. But the referee calls for an infringement.
Yeah, so we give that one for offside. Cardiff Met had too many players at once leaving the line out, so when you have a line out, if you call a certain amount of men, you have to keep those men in the line out. It was a 6 men, we needed 6 men in the line out, and he said that too many people were leaving the line out.
Well, there we have it. Perhaps an advantageous position lost by what could be described as a simple mistake from the Archers.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Some refs don't always see it, but it's one that it's hard to call. But the ref's seen it and he's decided to go with it, which is fair enough.
Absolutely, but the line-out has ended up in the hands of Cardiff Met. As the ball comes out to Sheldon. This time into the hands of Ross McKay. Now Sheldon evades his first tackle, brought down by Fred Marr on the 22. This time into the hands of number 1, Ben Murphy. A strong driving from Brandon Harvey, the 6'6" behemoth American, looking to gain yards for the Archers. I tell you what, the Archers done well here. May have been Yallop in there. Believe it was, and just breaking down. This time it's Cowell, Captain Cowell for the evening. Rory Morgan fires it out wide. It's a step, it's into the hands. Oh, and just about knocked into touch. Number 11, Roma Zheng, who found himself on the far side, perhaps looking to sidestep another man, get under the posts, but another line out in this place, as we see number 12, Chris Johnson, making the yards there.
That's what he's built his way into the team about. That's a massive run from Chris, and that's what he's known for, that real physicality in at the inside centre.
Yeah. Nottingham emerge from the ball, emerge with the ball from the line out. Yeah, we mentioned there Chris Johnson. He struck up a real partnership with Elijah Evans over the last few weeks. How do you think they'll be feeling so far?
Yeah, I mean, really good. Chris has just won one of the internal awards that we give at Cardiff Met. Takes no talent. He's in a real bit of form at the minute. Really a physical force in that centre partnership, and then Elijah has the skills.
Yeah, definitely. He's gained a lot of yards tonight, Chris Johnson. And speaking of gaining yards, Cardiff Met have done exactly that. Driving forward. Ball into Yallop. Once again, looks to move forward. This time into that man, Chris Johnson. Pops it off. Ball makes its way towards us on the near side. Steph Davies, the man, with it in his hands as Rory Morgan stands over. Ball into Ben Murphy. The loose head prop. This time out to number 2, into the hands of Zheng. Evades the first tackle, evades the second tackle. He's still on his feet here. He's brought down. Joe Cowell now. It's going to take a couple to stop him, and they have to do that. The Archers getting close to the try line now, but the referee blows his whistle. Nottingham celebrates. And Ewan Guy, is that another opportunity wasted?
Yeah, it looks like it. Met have had a load of pressure and they really wish they'd be coming out with some points, but again, some superb defending from Nottingham. Got another jackal turnover. They look to really be focusing on the breakdown area, and they're reaping their rewards from it.
Yep, another strong Archers attack. Defended well and kicked into touch by Nottingham. At the moment, I'm sure they'll be the happier team. 7-0 up. Cardiff have applied a lot of pressure, the hosts, but never really threatened to put that ball over the white line. Still 20 minutes to go in this first half, though. Anything could happen here at Rugby 1. And a scramble for the ball from the line out, and the Archers emerge from it. Cardiff Met win the ball back as Cowell works his way into the defence. Ross McKay into Chris Johnson. There's good speed there. It's just flipped over. Into the hands now of Brandon Harvey. Brandon Harvey offloads. It's strong pressure from the Archers. Ross McKay into the hands of Liam Antrobus. So strong in those rucks. Okay, again. Out wide into the hands of Joshua Carrington. Liam Antrobus driving, pushing forward. Ball pops out now. Oh, and just about brought down Brandon Harvey there. Cowell again looks to gain yards. The man mountain. Fired into the hands of McKay. Out wide now, little step. Drive inside in Nottingham again, so fast on the pressure here, so quick at closing down Cardiff Met. As Brandon Harvey takes his turn once again to try and force a way through. Oh, and Nottingham just about almost stealing the ball.
Massive pressure on the breakdown from Nottingham at the minute, and they're doing really well to disrupt things for Cardiff, Matt.
Yeah, we see it again here. Cardiff Met forwards have been so dominant this season. Nottingham are holding them so well. This time Yallop takes his turn. Crashes into Nottingham. Something to prove for him. Not in the squad last week. And once again, Nottingham celebrate another turnover.
Looks like it was Stanton again. I think that's his second one of the evening already. But yeah, as I said before, Nottingham applying massive pressure in the breakdown, bringing massive line speed, and looking to really try shut down the Cardiff Met forwards, who potentially got a bit of a physical reputation about themselves.
Yeah, Caelan Stanton, he comes back into the squad this week at number 4 for Nottingham. He was on the bench versus Durham in that loss. He's the England Counties under-18 captain, and my word, he's proven his worth his weight in gold so far this evening, holding up everything for the boys in green and gold. Archers faithful, making a lot of noise on this line out, and it proves to have worked as Joe Cowell goes for the grubber and closes down his man. Can't quite get the tackle in. The ball's fired out wide. Another time into the hands of the 14, Connor Moyes, try-scorer Connor Moyes. He's made a lot of yards there despite the pressure from Cardiff Met. Now number 1, Finn McIntosh holds the ball out. It's Will Bailey into the hands now of number 12, Horbury, and it's number 4, that man we just mentioned, Caelan Stanton. Nottingham evade another tackle. Nottingham putting together a few passes here, gaining a good few metres. Tackle missed from the Archers. Number 8, Conor O'Byrne now, held up. Oh, big shouts of forward from the Archers. Nothing given by the ref. Sammy Lee.
Stanton's got a bit of a hobble on after that challenge with Chris Johnson. He looks like he's probably feeling the effects from a real good tackle from Chris. Went backwards, but that's a big man to tackle, and he did well to bring him down.
Yeah, definitely. All 98 kilograms of Chris Johnson flying into him there. You can see that tackle you've just mentioned. Good pressure from Nottingham, just about making it a few yards there. It was the number 7, Sammy Lee. Started last week, starting again this week. Good start for him and the rest of his teammates from Nottingham. You can see a few of them now having a chat between themselves. Probably happy so far with what they've produced.
Yeah, Nottingham will be massively happy with what they've done so far. Really shut down the Met forward pack and got themselves 7-0 in front. So it's massive for them.
Yeah, you can see a lot of Cardiff Met on the pitch, just gathered round and having a chat amongst themselves. What do you think they'd be saying in this situation, Ewan? What would you be saying if you were out there?
I mean, Cardiff Met have had a lot of the pressure in the game, and that can't be forgotten. Nottingham would have had to gone through a lot of tackles, a lot of defensive sets. They will be blowing. So Cardiff Met just got to be saying you've got to keep doing the same things. Probably shore up on the breakdown area. Stop giving Nottingham so many chances in the breakdown. But apart from that, just keep applying the pressure, keep playing in the right field positions, and just keep taking chips away, basically.
Yeah, as we see both teams now going into the scrum.
Excited to see this one. Will be the first scrum of the game. My forward head is quite excited.
Well, we'll watch on with anticipation. A big smile on the face of Ewan Guy from the gantry. I'm sure a lot of those players in the scrum, big smiles on their faces. Their first chance this evening to prove their strength, their power. As we see the two teams now together. Ball goes in from Rory Morgan. Bides his time
Getting
here.
the shove on it. There it is.
Ball pops out now into Rory Morgan. Evades 1, 2, evades 3. Brought down just now by Finn McIntosh. It's a good scrum there from the Archers. Number 6, Evan Sheldon.
Yeah, arm went out there from the ref early on the scrum, so Cardiff Met gaining the scrum penalty from that one. I believe it's for the front row standing up. Joe Cowell and Ben Murphy really applying the pressure at the scrum, something that they've looked to do all week, and they've made good of their word, putting Nottingham under massive pressure at the scrum, giving Cardiff Met some great field position here.
Yeah, Captain Joe Cowell for the evening in your absence, Ewan. Leading from the front. As we see here, lovely step from Rory Morgan, a man who's had a great season so far. The number 9 for Cardiff Met. Ball comes in from the Archers. Not much movement here, both sides pushing at their very best. Looks like Cardiff Met may have gained a yard or two. Nottingham holding him up so very well. Looks like Joe Cowell's the man with the ball in his hands now. As it comes out to Sheldon. Evades the tackle from Joe Payne, and this time the ball into the hands of number 7, Sammy Lee, who gains a lot of yards there. Sammy Lee now out into the hands. Oh, and it's Chris Johnson, escapes one, escapes two. Can he find the try line? Held up just in front. Rory Morgan out to the hands of Gallup. Can he get across the try line? He can! Cardiff Met get their points on the board. It's Nottingham 7, Cardiff Met 5 for the moment. That's the points the Archers were looking for. Those are the points they've been striving for so far. And it comes with just 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's massive. Cardiff Met getting some points on the board after a real sustained period of pressure from them. Ardo Yallop with a great carry.
Yeah, talk us through this one, Ewan.
Yeah, Mike Hansen puts him on the front foot with a great carry. It's a real quick breakdown. Rory gets the ball away. Chris with a fantastic inside line. Nottingham just get him down, but the damage is already done, and then a great line from Ardle.
Yeah, Ardle Yallop there scoring the try. Back in the squad this week. And he's the man to give Cardiff Met 5 points. A crucial 5 points. And if Ross McKay can convert this, which it looks like he has, a fist pump up in the gantry from Ewan Guy. The flags are up in the air, and we're all square here at Rugby 1 in Kincoid.
Yeah, good first kick from Ross. No pressure there, no nerves, just slotting it nicely through the uprights.
So we're back where we started, 10 minutes to go. All square at Kincoid campus. As the ball once again finds the hands of Zheng, escapes his first man. Well defended from Nottingham. Both teams strong just inside the 22. Ball now kicked up. Looks like it's gone straight into touch. And there'll be another line out for Nottingham.
Yeah, massive clearance kick there from Rory, getting Cardiff up near the halfway. Don't think they'll mind that. A bit of time to compose themselves after their try.
So it's Lewis Pickford, captain for today after his man of the match performance last week, who gets the ball back in from the set piece. He's got the ball in his hands here as Nottingham look to drive. Will Bailey, I'm sure, will be looking to take it off his hands, as he does. Little fumble from the man.
Joe Cowell doing absolutely fantastic there to find his way, break the seams through the maul, and get a hand on the ball to dislodge it. That's a mighty shift there from Joe Cowell for a big man to sneak through the middle of a maul and get his hands on it.
Yeah, colossal Cowell. Captain Cowell for this evening. He's having a great game so far. And he's got another chance to prove his worth in the scrum.
Yeah, another scrum here for Met. They'll be open for a similar story, and I'm sure Muff and Cowell and Merritt will really try to apply some pressure here to get another penalty for Cardiff Met.
It'll be Rory Morgan to put the ball in. But the referee blows up before he gets the chance to do so.
Yeah, I don't think both packs are a bit unstable there, probably not happy with their position, so it'll be a quick reset, and here they go again, basically.
Well, I'm glad one of us up in the gantry knew what the referee was blowing for there. Just before we get back underway, we can see there, as you say, Joe Cowell, a fist in the air, a celebration from the captain. He knows how much that could mean to Cardiff Met. So we are back underway. Met driving again. It's strong from the Archers. No infringement given. The ball's popped off into the hands of Zheng. A handoff. Now out wide. Joshua Carrington looks for the kick in behind, and he's got speed. Can he get there?
Yeah, that was a great option by Josh. Seen no one directly in the backfield, pokes it through, and Nottingham end up carrying it out into touch for, I think, a Met line out on the 5 metre.
Yeah, Joshua and Carrington, he is rapid once he gets that ball. You giving him many races in training, Ewan?
Oh, no, not for me. I try to stay clear of the wingers and just take the forwards on. It makes my ego a little bit better.
Yeah, and we can see here. Talk us through this one, Ewan.
Yeah, Roma done really well there with a handoff, and then Steph gives it to Josh, puts it on the toe, and I think it might have actually just dribbled out before the Nottingham player got it, so but still a great position for Cardiff Met to be in.
And Cardiff Met, there's a bit of confusion amongst the fans, a bit of confusion amongst the players.
I think Cardiff Met were held up over the line there, so Nottingham are going to have a dropout on their goal line. But it looked like a great driving maul there from Cardiff Met, but they will get the ball back from a dropout from Nottingham.
Yeah, it all happened so very quickly there for Cardiff Met. Not too many down on the pitch or up in the stands really saw what happened. But Nottingham did very well to recognise what was going on and hold the Archers up. As the bounce isn't too unkind now for Steph Davies. Looks to beat a man or two. Oof, Ben Murphy coming over the top there. Clearing away for Cardiff Met. It's Cowell. Hold up. Here's the ball now popped out into the 10.
Ooh, what a carry from Kevin Sheldon there.
Yeah, Evan Sheldon doing what he does best. As the ball finds its way across the pitch. Quick hands from the Archers. Lovely hands from the Archers. Joshua Carrington almost away.
Some real quick hands there to get the ball to the edge.
Yeah, Cardiff Met getting into their groove. As the ball now in the hands of Brandon Harvey. Fired wide. Roma Zheng turns on the afterburners, and he had to be brought down, and he was brought down by Connor Moyes. Once again, Cardiff Met strive. Here's Captain Cowell. Into the hands of Sheldon. Supported well by his teammates. Clears the space. Number 10.
Isolated.
Ross Mackay offloads. Oh, and it's found its way out onto the far side here. It's Carrington with the step. Carrington pushes past 2, pushes past 3. He's brought down. He's just before the try line. Can Cardiff Met push over? Here's the debutant, Mike Hansen. Just held up by Nottingham. And Cardiff Met find their way across the try line. Yes. Lovely work from Hansen on his debut to strive. And Cardiff Met get their second try of the evening.
Yeah, Cardiff Met there for probably the first time in the game. Really looked to have the physical battle won there, breaking the gain line, breaking tackles, and getting a real quick ball. Led Mike Hampson to a really good carry, and Rory Morgan just dotted it over a couple metres from the line. It's a real good, spectacular finish.
Yeah, here he is, that man Hansen, proving why he's in the squad for the first time today. And as you say, it's the number 9, Rory Morgan, doing what he does best, following up so very well from those situations. And Cardiff Met now will look to give themselves a 7-point lead.
There's a big show and go there from Rory, trying to interest the defenders, and if Rory sees a little hole, he'll normally find it.
Yeah, it's Ross Mackay now over the kick. Silence across Rugby 1. As the kick is taken, and the kick goes through the posts. Cardiff Met 14, Nottingham University 7.
Big score there for Cardiff. Oof. Massive carry from Kev, always bumping off the first tackler, getting extra yards. But it's a big score for Cardiff just before half-time, and they'll hope to keep the lead going into half-time now.
Yeah, it's only 3 minutes or so to go. And a 7-point lead is exactly what the Archers wanted, especially after going behind so early on in the game. It has been all Cardiff Met, other than the try. Oof, and the ball into the hands of Yallop.
You can hear Nottingham shouting no pens here, hoping to get the ball back after Cardiff Met kick it away.
And it looks like they're going to do exactly that. So the ball goes high, but not too far. And
massive shot from Brandon Harvey there.
Yeah, the American Eagle has landed. What a tackle. And it's quickly shifted across the park by Nottingham. So they make their way towards the 10-metre line. Into the hands of flanker Sammy Lee. Now Alex Connaughton. Connaughton brought down into fly half. Once again, the ball finds out. Zheng's got defending to do here. He hasn't caught his man. It's number 14. Connor Moyes evades 2, evades 3. He's jinking, he's jiving, hands it off to the 9. And just about brought down.
Huge collision from Josh Carrington there. Another tackle from Josh as well, really putting his body about here.
Yeah, Fred Mars still applying the pressure. He gains a yard or 2. Ball out now to the prop. Or the hooker, I should say, Captain Lewis Pickford. Just about on the try line. It's Fred Mars who goes the other way now. The Archers strong in defence, doing everything they can, maintaining that lead for the moment. It's Ben Glanville.
Knock on from Nottingham there.
Knock on from Nottingham, correctly called, as Archers now look to go on the offensive.
They'll be looking just to shore up this breakdown and get the ball away from their line, I think.
Absolutely, and it looks like the man to do that once again is Evan Sheldon. Perhaps a kick incoming, and a kick is what we see from Rory Morgan, dictating play, and the ball just about goes out. The linesman has his flag up.
Another great kick from Rory, really relieving that pressure off Cardiff Met, putting it inside the Nottingham half. It's a lovely kick there.
Yeah, and it was lovely play from Nottingham. The ball comes out wide to Connor Moyes. He takes it now, evades 2 men in there, evades the 3rd, and pops it off to Will Bailey. We thought Nottingham were in. We thought we were about to see another try and heartbreak before half-time.
Yeah, great cover there from Josh Carrington to come off his wing and make the tackle in the midfield. Real good work from him. Yeah. Probably saving a try there.
Yeah, showing his speed to get across and cover. Doing his bit for the team. Wingers, I've been told, don't like to tackle too often, but they do it when they have to. Popped out slightly unconventionally, but possession is kept. Little grubber over the top from Morgan. And it's chased down well by Joshua Carrington.
Held up here from Cardiff Met. Got the ball back as well. Oh, it's a tough. Ref saying there that the Cardiff Met stripped the ball when the Nottingham's player knees were on the floor, so it was considered a tackle, which means he has to release the ball and then go after he's released it. But saying that Cardiff Met didn't release the body, so couldn't go for the ball. Thought he gave the signal for a held up as a maul there, and I got a bit excited, but must have read it wrong.
We can forgive you. It looked like Met were on the attack. And here's that moment once again. So many bodies in there, so hard to see at times. Ooh, and the line out does make its way into the hands of Cardiff Met. Yards gained. We'll see who emerges with the ball. It comes into the hands of Johnson. Oh, what a challenge by Yallop. Lovely handoff there. It takes 4 to bring down the Cardiff Met man this time. Number 1, Ben Murphy now. Joe Cowell. Oh, and yards gained here. Looked like it might have been Steph Davies.
Another turnover there for Nottingham at the breakdown.
Yep, they've regained a bit of that defensive composure they showed early on in the game.
Nottingham happy to take the half-time there as well.
Yeah, do you think that's a wise decision from them?
Yeah, they probably had not in the greatest field position, so good just to get in, get up to the changing rooms and reassess what's going on.
Yeah, here we see. Oh, my word. How about that one?
Yeah, look, the 13 shot out the line on Elijah Evans there, but Elijah managed to evade the first tackle, but then was taken down.
Yeah, and that shot there of the Ultras. They're happy. They're enjoying their time. Cardiff Met do have the lead by 7 points now. You and Guy, you've performed in front of those fans many times. How much have they helped the Archers in the first half?
Yeah, they're massive. No matter if it's rain or shine, we're 40 points down or 40 points up. They're always there, always supporting, and as cringy as it sounds, and as many people that say it, they genuinely are the 16th man, and 100%.
Yeah, it seems like we talk about them every single week, but how can you not? They come out in their droves. They come out rain, wind or shine, and they give such an added bonus to this Cardiff Met team. So, before we break for the half, sum it up for me, Ewan. How will the boys be feeling going into the sheds?
Yeah, look, they will be happy. They've had the majority of the pressure, majority of the ball. They'd probably be wishing that they had a few more points to show for it. But to be fair to Nottingham, they put up a really physical performance in that first 30, 40 minutes and really tried to match Cardiff Met. But Cardiff Met will be open to impose their physicality even more. And but yeah, we'll see what happens in the second half. But Met currently just on top.
Perfect. And but just before we go off air, captain yourself, Ewan Guy, we're going to now take a look at another captain of Cardiff Met. E.C. Cantrell, our reporter, Rhys Stafford, caught up with her.
E.C. Cantrell, and hit that to one. Oh, they're going to go out and squeeze coming out.
E.C. Cantrell, the captain, is leading it. It's great work from E.C. Cantrell.
I want to start at the start, your rugby journey. How does a girl from Charlotte, North Carolina, get into rugby?
So I used to play soccer and swimming. I did swimming year round. And then like once I turned about 15, one of my friends from school saw me playing soccer and she came up to me and she played rugby and she's like, hey, like you're kind of aggressive, kind of, you know, look like you like the contact. Why don't you come out to a rugby training? So I went out to a rugby training and I played, I think it was Sharks and Minnows. And like I tackled the biggest girl on the team and I just like the adrenaline rush I got from it was fantastic and I was just hooked ever since.
See E.C. Cantrell going off here, it's not what we want to see. It's a shame, so we wish E.C. all the best.
Obviously, you're sort of through the injury process at the moment. How frustrating is that as a rugby player to go through an injury and not be as involved, especially as a captain as well?
It was difficult for me at first because I had only ever had concussions, so physically, I didn't feel like myself. Like I didn't want to be around because I felt mentally like unwell. But with this foot injury, it's kind of like I feel like I'm ready to go and I just want to get back on the field. So I'm very eager to. It's been difficult to leave for the sidelines, especially with the length of the injury.
You live in a house of Americans. Mm-hmm. Just how much do you sort of lean on each other for advice and support?
In my first year, I kind of saw him hanging out and I went up to him and then we just became friends then. And then, you know, we lived together last year and now we live together this year. And they're the whole reason I'm still at Cardiff Met. Like, I came here by myself. My parents dropped me off. I was in a foreign country, didn't know anybody. I was terrified. It was really scary and they were kind of my support system. I don't know how much they need me, but I definitely need them. And I appreciate everything they do for me and they're really great people. I don't regret coming to Cardiff Met at all. I used to think that I would regret not going to an American university because I might miss like, you know, the big American college experience, miss the big football. But the things that I've learned over here and the experiences that I've gained are just, you can't get it anywhere else.
Obviously, you're quite a well-known figure at Cardiff Met nowadays. Got this behind us. Just tell me how that came about and when you first found out about it.
I got an email from someone in the SU, I think, saying that they were putting a new poster up and they liked the BUCS photo they did of me and if I could send that one over and then a couple other headshots. I was like, I was thrilled about it. I think it's great, but the longer I see it up there, I think I'm a little tired of it now, but I wonder how long it'll be up there.
Thank you very much,
yeah,
EC.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure and privilege as always. And I wish you well for your recovery and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And so that was our reporter, Rhys Davitt, reporting for Cardiff Met Sport TV on the women's rugby captain, E.C. Cantrell. If you want to see the women's rugby, tune into our YouTube at Cardiff Met Sport TV on the 21st of February, where we'll be broadcasting that stream live on air. For now, I'm joined by two members of the cricket team. We've got Alex Hickley and Tom Kosh. How you guys doing? You good?
Yeah, we're good, thank you, mate.
Yeah, not too bad.
And tell me, so you've been playing indoor cricket. You've recently become the runners-up in the championship. Tell me more about that. What is the format of indoor cricket?
Yeah, it's a nice, fast-paced game. Only consists of an hour, really. Lots of games throughout the day. Lots of different rounds leading up to the national final. Luckily, we got through to, as a second team, through to the national final in the last game. Just narrowly lost to Durham in the final. But yeah, no, it's a nice variation of cricket.
Yeah, and for our fans at home that might not be so understanding of cricket, what about the outdoor game? Can you explain a bit more about the format of that?
Yeah, so obviously the outdoor is a bit longer than the indoor game. Usually the games we play in BUCS and things like that is a full day on a Wednesday, so you start at 11, you don't finish till 5 or 6. While indoor, obviously you're playing in indoor facilities during the winter, only lasts an hour, as Kosh said, and things like that. But yeah, there are a few different variables, and the ball's lighter in indoor and everything like that. But yeah, it's similar in ways, but yeah.
And how did it feel to get that achievement in them championships when you won?
Yeah, it was good because we were the first, second team to get through to that level. The first team narrowly came out third place recently, same with the women's. So yeah, no, it's good for the club as well to get those accolades, prove that we're just as good indoor as we are outdoor.
And you won the outdoor championships as well, and you came runners up in the indoors. Can you tell me a bit more about what makes Cardiff Met Cricket Club one of the best in the UK?
Yeah, I think we're a real tight-knit group. We have a lot of socials and things like that, and we all train together, which is good. I think obviously we're pretty lucky to have quite a good crop of players every year that come to Cardiff Met. And I think we just bond well as a group. We train hard, and yeah, we're pretty lucky to have a good group of players.
Yeah, and there's loads of you playing, and it's quite a diverse group of as well. You got players from a lot of different countries. How does that affect the performance of the team?
Obviously, players from different parts of the world can offer different skills, which is really nice. So whenever you go into a game with different variations and different conditions, it's good to have players from all parts of the world, really, because they can play in different ways and help in different ways. So I think that's something that's massive, that's helped us with our success over the last sort of 12 months. So yeah, it's really nice to have people from around the world.
Yeah,
that helps a lot.
And can you tell me a bit more about the CIPL? How has that been going for you guys?
Yeah, that's been running for second year now. Like a little indoor tournament into squads where we get to mix up, meet new players, especially as we train as a small training group individually in the week. So meeting new people is great. It's very competitive as well. Yeah. More than you'd probably expect, but no, it's really, really good as well. Just to bring those indoor players, but also just a bit of cricket throughout the year as well.
Can you explain a bit more about the CIPL? Like what makes it the league that it is?
Everyone's split into different teams. So named after cricketers that have been to Cardiff Met previously.
Okay,
So Jack Leach of England, for example. So they're all divided up, different years, groups. It's all done on a draft as well. Very professional-like, and it's good. They play once a week on a Wednesday just to fill that void for some lads, and yeah, it just gives a good opportunity to play a bit of cricket.
Yeah, and you've got an upcoming tour to Sri Lanka, which is a historic tour both for the men's and the women's in the cricket club at Cardiff Met. And tell me more about it. You know, is it a tournament? Is it a league? How many matches? How many people are going? Let me know.
So no, it's not a tournament.
Okay.
We're going out, we're playing a few games each, I think it's 4 each.
Yeah.
We're having a few training days and things like that out there in obviously pretty tough conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 30 of us going, 15 boys, 15 girls.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, there's plenty of, obviously we've got 2 massive squads in the women's and the men's teams. So yeah, going out there and testing ourselves against some of the best players in Sri Lanka will be really nice. Obviously, I think we're playing a few different teams up there as well.
Yeah, we do some charity work as well, working the Foundation of Goodness. So yeah, Yeah, no, it'll be good. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining me. We're going to bring back in you and Guy for our commentary, but thanks so much, and good luck for the remainder of the season.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Thank you.
So we're just going to bring you and Guy back in to talk more about the game. So yeah, you and Guy, how you doing? How was your commentary in the first half? How did you find that?
Yeah, no, it's been a really fun experience, to be fair, and good little position to watch the game, to be fair. Probably better than we'd get just standing there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a great kick there from Nottingham, and it's a real good take, actually. I didn't see it was that far away from his body, but it's a fingertip catch there from the 14, and evades Steph Davies really well. But great identifying of the space, great run, great take. But yeah, no, Chris tries to chase him, but just doesn't have the legs.
And how is it going down quite early on in the game to a try like that to come back in more in the first half?
Yeah, look, it is tough mentally, but we've been in many positions before throughout the league where it's happened, and as you see it now, it was a great response from Cardiff Met. They've really put their physicality about where Nottingham tried to match it in the first 20-30 minutes, but I think that Cardiff Met got the edge in the last 10, really showing their physicality, some great carries, bumping off defenders, making extra yards. And another great carry from Chris. What he's been doing all day.
Yeah, this is the disallowed try now.
Yeah, no, that one, Ardal Yallop just going over the line there.
Yeah,
massive carry. Yeah, it's a good push, but I think it was actually the fly off for Nottingham, just putting his body where it hurts there, probably not where he's used to, but holding the ball up against a mighty carrier that is Evan Sheldon, but he does really well there to hold the ball up and give him the goal line dropout.
And this is the Rory Morgan try for the second Met try.
Yeah, I like to think that Rory might have learnt that from me last week, but I'd probably be lying, and I probably learnt it from him beforehand. But yeah, no, he gives a massive show and go there, and just using all his might, all his stretch, all his limbs, as last week saying, all his limbs to get the ball over the line. But he's a real leader in the squad, so he'll be happy to get that and putting the boys in front.
Yeah, no, what kind of standout players had performed in the first half, and what are your predictions for this second half to come?
Yeah, look, I think Mike Hansen on his debut had some really big carries, really big tackles. He's doing really well for a first performance. Rory Morgan probably having a good game at kick-in. Roma, all the back three players. It was a battle we highlighted. Back three, and Steph Davies, Josh, and Roma have all been making some massive meters, and of course, Ev Sheldon making 31 carries last week. Yeah. He's looks like he's trying to break that stat this week with some monster carries again.
Yeah, they have really been playing well for this second half. What are your predictions coming in? Do you think they'll maintain on this lead?
Yeah, look, doesn't look like there's much wind, so it'll probably be a similar, maybe a similar tale. Cardiff Met will really be looking to get their scrum and their line out into the game. They've been putting massive pressure on Nottingham line out, trying to use their scrum more, their forward pack, get on top, and then hopefully we see some more running rugby from the backs, because when they've got their hands on the ball, it's looked really explosive. From a Nottingham point of view, they'll be hoping that their physicality can just keep matching Cardiff Met, keep putting in the big shots, keep slowing down the ball at the breakdown, because that's been massive for them staying in the game at the minute.
I was going to mention, Nottingham being bottom of the league. Do you think it's a surprise that they've come and performed the way they have done here? They've played quite well.
Yeah, look, one of the key messages we had this week is there is no easy game in BUCS Super Rugby. Every game is basically a derby game. Nottingham, even though they're probably lower on points than they'd want to be, have still got massive attributes and massive talents that Cardiff Met are rightly probably worried about.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just as good as any team on their day.
Of course, yeah. And Nottingham, being in that position in the league, sort of in a relegation scrap, coming to King Coy campus, they've got a lot to play for. Do you think that reflects in the way that they've been playing tonight?
Yeah, look, they're in a relegation battle, but they're also in a battle for the 8th place position.
Yeah, of course.
8th place guarantees them a quarter final, and then knockout rugby, anything can happen. So they'll be fighting against Swansea and Cardiff Uni. The bottom place then plays against BUCS 2 winner for a playoff final to see who then gets a spot next year.
Yeah.
So they're all similar level on points at the minute. I think it's 14, 15 and 13 all really tight down the bottom, but they'll all be fighting and hoping for the 8th place spot.
And how does the relegation work in this league? Is it just bottom gets relegated? How does
so the bottom place plays the winner of the BUCS 2 league. So I believe last year it was Leeds Beckett and Brunel. They played a playoff game. Whoever wins gets the spot in the league. Leeds Beckett regained it last year, so they stayed in the league. Looks like maybe it'll be Brunel again, still trying to knock on that door. They've been doing it for a few years, but they're always a tough game, so no one would be wanting to leave it up to that basically. But yeah.
And on the weekend, we look forward to the Six Nations. Wales are playing England. Quite quickly, what kind of score do you think we're going to have there?
I mean, Wales made it difficult for Scotland in the end, but England found it difficult against Italy. I don't know. I'd probably say England are going to win it, but it's just I live with a lot of Welsh boys, so maybe I should change my mind.
Well, thank you so much, Ian Guy. We'll leave you in the very capable hands of our commentary team, Ewan Guy and Matt Purdy.
For the kind words there, Will Stevens. Ewan, we see Nottingham just taking it to the field here. Cardiff Met, you've played in a few games this season where you've been behind at half-time. What do you think their attitude will be like coming out into this second half?
We try to keep it as similar as possible each week, so we've got a set routine to go through. We go through forwards and backs, both split at half-time, key messages, and then we come as a whole squad, 1 or 2 messes each, something massively to focus on, something that you can put all our attention in. If I had to guess, probably be around the breakdown. Keeping Nottingham out of the breakdown will be massive. That's been their way in the game in the first half. But he'll just be calm and composed, try playing the right areas of the field. Rory and Ross will be massive here and to sort of kick the game away, hopefully.
Yeah, head coach of Nottingham, Paul Westgate, has said he likes to play a fast, high-tempo, dynamic game. Perhaps we'll be looking to see a bit more of that this half for Nottingham.
Yeah, I think everyone wants to see a bit more running rugby. Got some 2 great backlines there, and it's dry conditions, so hopefully we'll be treated to some high-flying rugby in the second half.
Yeah, and speaking of the second half, we're about to get underway. The ball is in the hands of Nottingham. A quick check of the watch from the referee. Or rather lengthy check of the watch, I should say.
Ultras making their voice heard here just as they're about to kick off, banging anything they can get their hands on. Maybe some pots and pans involved as well.
Yeah, there's always a drum or two in the stands here at King Coyd as the ball comes very wide.
Yeah,
my word, what's happened there?
Poor kick from Nottingham. They haven't kicked the ball 10 and Nottingham regained it, so it'll be a scrum on the halfway for Cardiff Met here. When you kick off, the ball has to go past the hashed lines, which is the 10-metre line. So Cardiff Met will have a scrum here, and again, Callum Murphy got a great opportunity to at the start of the second half to apply some pressure scrum-wise.
Yeah, slightly unorthodox start there from Nottingham. We were just talking there about fast, high-tempo and dynamic rugby. Not quite sure that's exactly how I described the first 30 seconds of action, but we go again. 39 minutes still to play, and a scrum on the halfway line.
Good position here in the middle of the field. Got Nottingham split over 2 sides. We'll see what can happen here.
Yeah, I'm sure the wingers are licking their lips. Just keep your eyes, if you can, here on Roma Zheng. Oh, potentially the ball could find its way to him, but instead it finds its way to Moyes. The hands of the Nottingham winger, who's already scored a try tonight. Perhaps thought he was away there, but the referee pulls the play back.
Yeah, there was just a knock on there from Nottingham as the ball popped out, but if that pass went to Elijah there, that Met really could have been making their way down the sideline there, but maybe fortunate on Met behalf that the ball was just knocked on and back to where we were a few seconds ago, just a couple metres further across.
Yeah, another scrum, another chance for Murphy, Merritt and Cowell to go head-to-head with McIntosh, Pickford and Marr. A clash of the Titans on the halfway line. Who will emerge victorious from this one? The Archers, faithful in full force in the crowd, willing their team on for this scrum. The 16th man driving the pack forward. And they've done exactly that. Yards gained for the Archers as the ball comes near side. The hands of Zheng. Pops it off. Now into Carrington. He'll look to carry. He does exactly that and he's brought down. Ball comes back out. It's good lines from the Archers. It's Sheldon who's brought down. Morgan again with his hands on the ball. Into McKay. Fires it into Cowell. Ooh, and a big hit there. On the far side of the pitch, the ball emerges almost into the hands of Cardiff Met. Looked like a breakaway could have been on, but the referee blows his whistle.
Yeah, Cardiff Met were playing with an advantage in their back pockets there, so they knew they could have a little go at it, and if nothing happened, then they've got this penalty just in front of the halfway, and it'll be interesting to see what Cowler decides to do, whether it's a points or a corner. Looks like it's the corner. Looks like a great kick from Ross, putting it right on the 5 metre line. That's a fantastic nudge, putting Met in a massively prime position there.
Yeah, Ross Mackay. His kicking's been so good today. It's been good all season. There's another good kick right there.
See what's up the sleeve of the Met pack here. Is it going to be stick up the jumper and go for a maul try?
Yeah, Merritt and Murphy there just having a chat as the ball comes in. It looks like it is a maul. They're driving.
Trying to use their patience here. It looks like it might pay off.
They're doing well. And the ball! Is it grounded from the Archers? No, hands on heads from the boys in Burgundy. Nottingham clap their hands, happy with that one, perhaps held up just on the line. So tough to see amongst the heap of players.
Yeah, George Merritt there just trying to find his way over the line, but looks like he was held up at the back of the maul, and I think it's Nottingham with another goal line dropout and another held up try.
Yep, hooker George Merritt searching for another try. Not to be this time.
Looked like a really good maul before that, good structure, good patience, but Nottingham just finding a way to hold it up again, so credit to their maul defence there.
So kick it is. Looks like Steph Davies will be the man to claim the ball. As he finds Sheldon now, who drives with speed towards Nottingham. And power, and pace and precision. As Cardiff Met now approach the 22. Step into the 22 by Hansen.
Tough to stop Kev from a big 10-metre run up there.
Yeah, that man, Evan Sheldon. Many yards. When he drives at you at pace, there's not many scarier sights in BUCS Super Rugby. And so close here, Ewan. So close for Cardiff Met.
Yeah, Merritt gets his hands on the ball at the back of the maul, and it looks like for everything that Cardiff Met are going to go over, but it's some great goal line defence there with Nottingham holding it up, and maybe one that's going to miss for Cardiff Met there.
Gonna miss, but a positive start, you could say, for the Archers, if you're putting a positive spin on the play.
Yeah, look, as I said, they've come out trying to use their forward, some big carries, Mike Hansen, Evan Sheldon there, trying to really put the physical stamp on it, and even though that was held up, still in good field position from Cardiff Met, hoping that Nottingham make a mistake here in their 22.
Yeah, Mike Hansen wearing number 7 today in your absence, Ewan. Performed so well in the Championship this season.
Yeah, he's a real good player, and it just shows the depth in the squad that we've got currently. Anyone can be filled, anyone can be replaced, and there's no damage to the squad. But held up here by Cardiff Met. A great choke tackle there. Loads of Met bodies around it, and yeah, a great tackle there. Great choke tackle. Mistake made by Nottingham, and Cardiff Met have got a scrum in a really dangerous position now.
Yeah, celebrations from Chris Johnson, celebrations from the bench. Maybe a slight smile on your face as well. Celebrations up in the commentary box.
Yeah, something that we've really been focusing on for a couple of weeks now since the new year, to try get that time in tackle and hold people up, and that was a real great example of that with a lot of boys coming in to support each other and getting the hold up and making the ball unplayable, which results in a Cardiff Met scrum.
And so another scrum just inside the 22.
No doubt here that Cowler and Muff will be going for another scrum penalty here.
Yeah, they'll be licking their lips at this one. Ben Murphy, 6'4" frame. But instead the ball comes out and it's a strong run. And this time the ball finds the hands of Sheldon, that man again. Sheldon brought down so close to the try line. Cardiff Met can smell blood. Is another try in the making. It's tense. The voices of the ultras can be heard. And it's a drive. And another tackle from Nottingham, holding up so well. It's such strong defence from the boys in green and gold. The Archers pushing, driving, striving for the try line. They go again. It's starting to break down. It's starting to turn the other way.
Yeah,
and there it is. Nottingham celebrate this time.
Nottingham have just done what Cardiff Met had done a few moments before. Another choke tackle, holding a player up and making a maul, and the ball going down is unplayable, so it's a Nottingham scrum. But some great last-ditch defending from Nottingham on their line, but still great field position from Cardiff Met, and they'll be hoping for no penalties given away here. Cowler and Murph will be really going at this scrum and hoping to apply some pressure, and Nottingham will be hoping for a nice clean exit to get off their goal line.
Yeah, and you can see the heap of bodies, the mass of men making their way towards the try line.
I think it was the Nottingham 5 and 8 both getting in there nice and low, below the ball, holding the ball up and making it real difficult for, I think it was Liam Mantrus to get to ground.
Yeah, slight hold up in proceedings here just while one of the Nottingham players gets a little bit of attention.
Looks like it could be Stanton, I think.
Yeah, Caelan Stanton. He's had a good game so far. Back in the squad this week. Aforementioned England Counties under-18s captain.
Yeah, looks like he's going off and the 19 is replacing him.
Yeah, so that'll be number 19, Ben Elsley. Not in the squad last week, and an impact player for this afternoon. And perhaps another substitution may have just caught our eyes. It looks like Will Bailey may have been replaced by Max Blinkhorn, another England under-20 this time, who started last week's fixture. He's come on in place of Bailey, and he is the man with the ball in his hands, looking to start off the scrum.
Looks like the Cardiff Met bench are being warmed up as well with Barnaby Waddle and Zach Roberts.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, it looked as though it's a little bit frantic in there. Cardiff Met perhaps pushing for the tries, closed down now by that man, Brandon Harvey.
Yeah.
Forces the kick to touch.
Great pressure from Brandon, making the angle of the kick from the 10 really hard, and Cardiff Met now have the ball back with a line out inside the 22 again, and this is a real sustained period of pressure deep inside the Nottingham half.
It certainly is, but pressure doesn't mean points. It's got to be a try, it's got to be a kick. As substitutions are made for Cardiff Met just before the ball comes in. Ross Mackay has made his way off the pitch, the fly half making way, but it's Evan Sheldon with the ball in hand who makes some yards there for the Archers. Ball out now into the hands of Merritt. Merritt brought down, strong defending once again. This time, oh, the ball seems to have gone loose, and it is Nottingham who pick it up. Fred Marr, perhaps the man. No, it's the 17 who's come off the bench. It's Alan Lewis who actually escaped with the ball.
Yeah, some great last-ditch defending again from Nottingham, just giving everything they can to stop Cardiff Met coming over the goal line.
And the ball goes high into the hands of the Archers. Faithful, the Ultras there. With some good hands, perhaps.
Yeah,
putting themselves forward for a showing themselves.
Yeah, but still again, Cardiff Met just knocking on the 22 with another line out.
Yeah, there's that line out. It was a throw in to Cardiff Met, and it looked for all of life here that Evan Sheldon maybe just about got to the try line, but not today, no dice.
Real close, but real close. Cardiff Met look like they've just brought on some subs. 9 and 10 both off, Ross and Rory. Zach Roberts and Vikas Meyer both on. Barnaby Waddle comes on for Liam Antrobus, and Max Surrey on for Ben Murphy.
Well, they've made that nice and easy for us in the commentary booth, bringing them all on at once, but
bomb squad, some say.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to make it nice and easy for the boys in Burgundy out there to score some tries too.
And number 20, Willow, in there, powering Max Surrey through the contact. He's come on for Ardal Yallop.
Yeah, number 20, Willow, and making his debut tonight. Looking to make an impact, I'm sure, and cement his place in the BUCS Super Rugby squad. Ball's fired out now. A little bit messy, perhaps. But no, Archer's retained, just retained. Into the hands of Sheldon. Fired out now. Ooh, a little bit indecisive, but perhaps the right decision made in the end. And here is 17, Max Surrey.
Good leg drive there.
Yeah, fantastic work from Surrey. And it's Vikas Maya with the ball in hand now. Zach Roberts, who's come on at scrum half. Now feeds Captain Cowell. He's not making way tonight. And ball now in the hands of Johnson. Edging ever closer on the 22. The ball comes back.
Cardiff Met can get it wide here. They could be on.
Yeah, just keep your eyes on this side. Roma Zheng is licking his lips. He's calling for the ball. Can they find him? It looks like they might be looking for him. Hansen. Cardiff Met go again. Nottingham staying strong.
Some great physicality from Nottingham, knocking back these Cardiff Met runners.
Yeah, hugely physical from both sides. It's been a physical game. It is a physical game. It's still all to play for. Cardiff Met trying so hard to get forward, but Nottingham are out so fast. They're out again. Ooh, and a slight grubber into the feet. Perhaps looking for George Merritt, the running behind. Hooker George Merritt, maybe not known for his turn of pace, Ewan?
Yeah, I think it was a good option though from Zach. There was a lot of phases there and not a great deal of gain line made, so Zach Roberts opting to kick it in behind.
Yeah, and here are those moments again. Number 17.
Max Surrey there, a great carry with Barnaby Waddle pushing him through the contact.
Yeah, replacement prop Surrey. Showing why he's been brought on for his strength and power. So it looks like one of the archers may be down, just getting some treatment.
I believe it's Elijah Evans.
Yeah, the centre there. Just getting a slight rub down. Looks like he may be okay to carry on. Hopefully, no injuries to be had this evening for either side in BUCS Super Rugby. Nottingham just coming out of their own huddle.
Both teams will be using the time to just sort of regroup, and Nottingham will just be trying to get out this sort of gold zone that they're in.
And so high into the sky is Connor O'Byrne, lofted to catch that line out. And a big punt upfield as Zheng chases. How's the bounce? Relatively kind is the answer to that question. Good yards made here.
Plenty of room down the side here for Met
here's
to explore.
Carrington. Can he turn on the burners? Ooh, there's shouts for it, but Carrington evades too. And as we suspected, there were shouts from the Nottingham substitutes. There were shouts from the Nottingham bench. But perhaps there had been a slight infringement.
Yeah, crossing there from Josh Carrington. He just went in behind one of the Met players.
Yeah, and this is that exact moment. It's great yards made.
So you see, he just bounces behind Elijah and then bounces the other side of him. It's just sort of slight obstruction, not giving a fair advantage to Nottingham there. Tough call, hard to sort of not do it when you're on the move, but it's one of those. It's a clear penalty and gives a chance for Nottingham to get out their own half.
Perhaps frustration from Carrington there. He looked like he could have been 1v1 on the outside. But the line out will be taken now by Pickford.
Some great aerial pressure there from Brandon Harvey, going right up against his new opposite number, the number 19, making the hooker throw not straight, so there'll be a scrum down to Cardiff Met here.
Yeah, number 19, Ben Elsley with the foul. And that man again, Brandon Harvey, signed by San Diego Legion already, the American at the end of this season. But he's still making waves here in the UK before he heads off still putting in performance week after week. All 6'6" of him. And so, another scrum. And it's Cardiff Met to put the ball in.
Looks like a good drive there from Matt. Not
Oh, and who emerges
though.
with the ball?
Will Owen there.
Yeah, debutant Will Owen. Good speed. Sheldon again. Slight shake of the head there from you, Ewan.
Cardiff Met just be looking for to get back in there and back in the Nottingham half again, apply some more pressure.
Yeah, Zach Roberts does exactly that. Kicks the ball high. It's well taken by Nottingham. Carrington's the man. The first to tackle. Strong defence. Nottingham hold very strong there. And it's number 20, Joel Barker, back in the squad this week, who gained some yards. Number 10, Joe Payne, this time returns the kick.
Great take there from Steph Davies under some pressure from the Nottingham winger.
Yeah, lovely take from the 15. Oh, and it's a great drive forward there from Cardiff Met. Plenty of yards gained, plenty of defenders taken out of the game. And there he is, that man again, Sheldon.
Penalty given away there as well. Looks like they were offside.
Yep, you've called it. The referee blows up. Sheldon again. How good of a game's he having tonight?
Yeah, look, he's a monster carrier. He's a real pinnacle of the forward pack, always getting an extra yard.
Yeah, that take again.
Yeah, it actually looked like it was Romazen competing against Steph Davies for the ball. But either way, it was a great take, great in the air, and a great carry from Vic Asmeyer down that left side there to set up the opportunity for Ev to get the penalty given away. Looks like another change here from Cardiff Met as well. I think it's Porter Goodrum.
And who do you think he'll be replacing? Ewan?
14, I think I heard someone shout, which
14.
is Josh Carrington.
Yep, Josh Carrington.
I think. Not yet, though.
The man who gave away that penalty a few moments ago. But he hasn't arrived just yet as the ball is in play.
Sorry, lads.
A strong drive here from Cardiff Met.
Roma Zeng with the ball at the back.
Roma Zeng in the middle of that one. Not a place he'd often find himself. But if he gets the ball over the white line, he won't mind one bit. It is Zheng. The ball escapes his hands. Brandon Harvey now.
Max Surrey, another big carry from him.
Surrey indeed looks to drive forward as the ball comes out. Oh, into the hands of Steph Davies. He's driven backwards over the Nottingham defence, doing so well. But speaking of good defence, plenty shown as well from Cardiff Met. It's tight, it's tense.
Whoa.
And it's Steph Davies with a lovely pirouette. Oh, a beautiful step. And offloaded. Evan Sheldon trying to work some magic. The 6'2" flanker does exactly that. Ball comes out wide. Cowell holds off one. His powerful frame once again proving the difference. Oh, a slight slip from Brandon Harvey, and unfortunately for Cardiff Met, it looks like it's led to a mistake.
Brandon Harvey just going off his feet there. It looked like it was a bit of mistiming with Will Owen just trying to latch on a bit too early, and I think accidentally.
Yeah, and here are those moments.
Yeah,
just great seconds ago.
Great footwork from Steph there to get away from Nottingham defence.
Yeah, Steph Davies, as usual, starting fullback tonight. How good is he?
Oh yeah, he's one of those players as well. He's a older, more experienced player. Had a lot of games in the BUCS Super Rugby. Had some bad injuries that he's rehabbed really well from. But one of the main men in the team. He's got hands safe as gloves back at the back in the backfield there.
So we see another line out directly on the 22-metre line.
Yeah, Porter now.
The 10-metre line.
Porter now on for Josh Carrington. It looks like Joe Cowell's gone off for Tom Pritchard as well. And Connor Chapman for George Merritt.
Now it's changes galore for the Archers. Trying to change the flow of the game, though, is Nottingham as they gain ground. A lot of ground. The first time, really, with the ball in hand in Archers' territory this half.
Massive tackle from BUCS there, putting the Nottingham player back where he came from.
Yeah, he's back from international duty with the Netherlands. And he's showing why he's in the squad. Ball again in the hands of Nottingham.
Great physicality here from Cardiff Met. They've pushed Nottingham back 15 or so metres.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Ewan. It's great defence from both sides has been shown so far. It's perhaps why we've seen a relatively low-scoring game as Moyes tries to drive forward. This time into the hands of 23, Jamie Annand. Now out wide. There could be a chance here, but no, this time it's Met's 23. Porter Goodrum. The ever-impressive Porter Goodrum, who stops that attack.
Another one of the American boys there. Got a great little chemistry going on, those couple boys, but they're great members of the team. Yeah, there's plenty of them in this squad. Oh, it's a lovely bit of play there from Steph Davis, evading 2 or 3 challenges to gain a good 10-15 metres for Cardiff Met. Just as we were singing his praises, well, he repays you with a lovely bit of play there, Ewan. Oh, the ball was dropped, though, by Cardiff Met. It has just about been regained on the far side, close to the touchline. Cardiff Met fans watch on in anticipation. Cardiff Met setting up a box kick here just to try getting that field position back.
Yep, and it's Zach Roberts, the man to do exactly that. Oh, it's a slight collision in the air. Where's the ball landed?
It looks like a knock-on from Nottingham in the backfield there. So Cardiff Met will get the scrum just inside the Nottingham half.
Yeah, the Cardiff Met Ultras enjoyed that one, that's for sure. We can hear the chant of Ewick on this challenge, and you're completely right, Ewan Guy. A knock-on, he jumped high into the air, the ball escaped his hands, and the drum was banged many a time by the boys in blue in the crowd.
I think, again, he started to get into competition with his own player and just a bit of miscommunication, so ended up knocking the ball on.
Evan Sheldon showing his worth once again this game. He's had a superb 64 minutes. He's been everywhere, making yards, creating chances, tackling opponents.
Yeah, he can really throw his body weight around. Evan can.
Yeah, the boy from Pembrokeshire, all 6'2" of him, having a great start to the second half. And wow, we've been singing his praises all game. And it was that man, Steph Davies.
Yeah,
superb play.
He's got a few pair of broken ankles in his bedroom cabinet back at home. He takes them for fun. He does, Steph Davies.
Well, it's the kind of rugby we like to see. We were speaking a little bit about getting the ball down and playing a bit more passing, running rugby. And Steph must have heard you up here, Ewan, because he did exactly that.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully we'll treat it to a bit more as well.
So another scrum, ball in, well driven by Met. Oh, plenty of yards gained. Oh, and he's away! And it's number 21, it's Zach Roberts, who's just about taken out Cardiff Met, so close to the try line now. Nottingham have been so good in these areas all throughout the game, they're going to have to do it again now.
Another advantage there for Cardiff Met right on the line, so they'll get the ball back regardless here.
They could perhaps take a chance, take a risk. What will they do? The Cardiff Met Ultras willing them over the line. The drums being banged. The chants are being sung. The ball is being driven. And it's over!
Tom Pritchard there getting over the line on his BUCS Super Rugby debut as well.
Wow, Tom Pritchard gets the points for Cardiff Met. Nottingham have been so good in those areas for so long. But as we said, pressure can lead to points. Cardiff Met with another try and clear daylight between the sides now.
Yeah, I tell you what, we talk about pressure. That pressure massively came from the scrum. Max Surrey and Tom Pritchard putting on a massive bit of pressure.
Yeah, pressure is the name of the game for Cardiff Met at the moment.
Will Owen sets it up there for Tom Pritchard to use all his might to push his legs over the line.
Yeah, debutant Will Owen making his mark on the game. He'll be very pleased with that one. BUCS Meyer then stands over the kick. 19 points to 7 for the time being. He'll be looking to make it 21 for Cardiff Met. A deep breath, a few steps, and it's between the posts. 21-7 is the score. Cardiff Met now with clear daylight and perhaps victory in sight. We'll take another look at how good is this run.
Yes, it's firstly, can't forget the great scrum that allowed Zach Roberts to the scrum spun, so Zach Roberts had a clear view down the line there and taking the opportunity.
Yeah, Ewan Guy never going to let a good scrum go amiss up here in the commentary booth, and well, Zach Roberts did the rest. Oh, it's good driving there from the 17, Surrey. Still driving here.
10 metres there made by Max Surrey. Great carry.
Yeah, the prop who's come off the bench. He's an impact player, and he's making his impact, that's for sure. Ooh, little grubber over the top. Who'll be the first one onto this? It was very well taken by the Nottingham 10. And they've set up a counter-attack of their own. Plenty of yards made, and it's Danger Man Moyes who gets taken down just inside the 10-metre line. Now into the hands of the 7. Sammy Lee. Nottingham have come out of the blocks flying since that try. Fred Marr this time is stopped. Number 10, Joe Payne, looks to break through. Ball out into the hands of Ollie Gilbert. And it's Fred Marr again who sends the Archers flying. I believe it was Tom Pritchard who was knocked back there.
Mike Hansen doing great work there to disrupt the ball over the breakdown, which led to the spillage.
Yeah, Mike Hansen, who's done so well in the National League squad. Brought in for the game tonight. A huge turnover for Met. As Nottingham look to get things going again. It's a kick over the top, looking towards the winger, and the bounce is kind for Nottingham. The bounce is very kind for Nottingham. Ball into Marr. Superb power shown once again by Marr. Nottingham running lines well here. Oh, and he's escaped the challenge. Has the Nottingham player, and it's out wide. And it's plenty of yards gained. And Nottingham are playing that rugby they were looking for in the first half. They're on the attack. It's Alan Lewis who releases now. 23, Jamie Annand. Oh, great tackle there. Brandon Harvey. Ball comes out into Nottingham hands. Met have to be strong here. They have to hold their line. There's 10 minutes to go. Nottingham are shifting it quick here, very quick. It's what they're looking to do, and it's Fred Marr who escapes. Fred Marr now.
Great cover tackle from Vikas there against a man a lot bigger than himself.
So important.
And the turnover as well.
My word.
Nottingham just going off their feet at that breakdown, but it's a superb tackle from Vikas Meyer, a fly off against the prop, and he really put his body in the way and looked like he's hurt the Nottingham prop as well.
Yeah, Vikas Meyer, who was away with the Netherlands last week, he's back in the squad, he's off the bench, and my word, Cardiff Met needed him there.
Yeah, it was a massive tackle, and then
yeah,
it was a great line, firstly from the number 3 to get through, but Vikas here just really puts his body in the way, and Nottingham just going off their feet there.
Yeah, Fred Marr's had a great game for Nottingham University so far. Probably not known too well for breaking lines and sidestepping opponents, the prop, but
yeah, he tried to put a bit of footwork in there with a bit of a goosey, but it didn't shock BUCS, and it was a great tackle, but it was a great line.
We see some shots of the coaches here. Danny Moulton in the middle, Director of Rugby for Cardiff Met. What do you think they'll be thinking at this time? We are looking at a 14-point lead by Cardiff Met, but of course, nothing is for certain at this stage, especially after that breakaway. Yeah, they'll be looking for another try that not only will secure the game up a bit, but it also gives Cardiff Met a 5-point win if they were to win with a 4-try bonus point. But either way, they'll be looking for one more try to secure the game and get that bonus point. Yeah, bonus points could be crucial for both sides tonight. We touched on it slightly earlier. It's a huge game. Nottingham are bottom of the BUCS Super Rugby table, but they are level on points with Swansea. If they can get within 7 points of Cardiff Met, they'll gain that losing bonus point and perhaps move above Swansea in the table, depending on how other results go. Cardiff Met, of course, looking to maintain 4th position in the table. That would secure them a home quarter final come the end of the season.
Yeah, the home quarters are massive. It's a massive advantage. So that is 100% what Met are looking for.
Yeah, we've spoken so much about the home support here at Cardiff Met. So important if they can, and it's a little grubber in behind. Ooh, it was Porter Goodrum who was chasing. Porter Goodrum, who's had an exceptional season outside of BUCS. And here are those moments just before.
Yeah, some slick hands from Nottingham, getting it to the edge, and powerful carry. Running into Roma Zeng, good little match up there.
Yeah, Roma Zeng doing some defensive work, but perhaps the fast, high-tempo, dynamic game Nottingham have been looking to play finally coming to fruition. Great strength by both sides. Who will emerge with the ball? It looks like it's Nottingham.
Brandon Harvey doing well to disrupt that kick. Really good knowledge of the rugby rules there to know that he can just release his bind from that maul and put pressure on the 9.
Yeah, not many players you'd rather have in that position than the American Harvey. And the kick goes high, it goes long, and it goes into the arms of Porter Goodrum. This time the ball fires out to the wing. It looks like maybe a stumble from one of the Archers players, but it hasn't impacted the ability to run with the ball at all.
Cries for a high tackle there from the Cardiff Met Ultras.
The referee waves play on. No foul given. And Cardiff Met get on with it. Zach Roberts now, ball out from him. Crashing into the Nottingham defence are Met. Oh, and is it going to be turned over? A fantastic defensive work from the 18, Tom Pritchard. The prop doing what he's on the pitch to do.
Cardiff Met just looking to get this ball away again, get some good field position.
Yeah, it's strong rugby so far from Cardiff Met, and they do exactly that, Ewan Guy. The ball's up into the sky, and the ball is very well won by Brandon Harvey. And now we see Roma Zeng down the wing. Roma Zeng away from his man, and Roma Zeng over the try line. That man again, he is inevitable.
Yeah, no, that is honestly just what Roma Zeng does. Something out of nothing. Looks like there was no room for him. Does a little shimmy, puts his hand out, and he's running down the sideline for a try.
Yeah, he's pulled up with cramp, but I'm sure many of the players will be rushing over to help him, because he has helped out Cardiff Met by a long way there. 26 points to 7 now. Roma Zeng doing what Roma Zeng does.
And the bonus point as well for Cardiff Met there, but it was a great kick from the left boot of Zach Roberts.
Wowee. How
kick.
good was this from Brandon Harvey?
It's a great kick from Zach Roberts. Brandon Harvey getting up well, and Roma just putting a bit of footwork on, putting his afterburners on, and going down that line right in front of the Cardiff Met Ultras.
There's not many players who would turn on the ball, see 8 Nottingham players in front of them and think, don't worry about me, I've got this. But Roma Zeng is that man. Another try for him, another try to his name, and potentially another 2 points after this conversion. Silence across Rugby 1. Screams of get in the hole. Cheers from the Archers faithful. You see them celebrate on screen. We saw the flags go up, and you see the scoreboard change. Cardiff Met 28, Nottingham University 7.
Yeah, a massive try for Cardiff Met, putting
Yeah, closer view now. Romajeng turns around, sees the men in front of him and says, "Don't you worry, I'll take them all on." Brandon Harvey now. So strong, so powerful.
Cardiff Met again, be looking towards the boot of Zach Roberts. Try put some separation between them and the try line.
Can Cardiff Met now play with a bit more of a smile on their face, a little bit more relaxed and enjoy the rest of the game? Perhaps with such a scoreline difference?
Yeah, look, they'll be still worried about Nottingham. They've still got massive players who can still get them back into this game. I've seen harder things happen in BUCS Super Rugby, so it's hard to count anyone out before the whistle blows.
Yeah, we saw a late winning try from yourself last week against Bath, albeit with a slightly tighter scoreline. It's a huge tackle there. But number 10, Joe Payne, emerges with the ball, escapes many tackles there. Early celebrations from the Cardiff Met fans. Perhaps seeing something we don't from up in the gantry. It's a turnover.
It looked like it was from Max Surrey as well.
Max Surrey again. And now the ball makes its way across to the near side. A kick in behind. It's picked up by Nottingham. A run from the 23. A tackle from the Archers. Screams the ball from the scrum half. Fired out now. Oof. Big tackle there from Cardiff Met.
Big shot from Barnaby Waddle there.
Barnaby Waddle. My word.
Oh, it looks like maybe he was just offside.
Yeah, perhaps just slightly there, but Barnaby Waddle, the second row, coming off the bench. He's leaving his mark on the game, perhaps even leaving a mark on the opposition player with the speed he went into him there. As the ball is kicked into touch from Nottingham.
Yeah, good kick from Nottingham, putting right inside the 22 and having a chance to score.
Ooh, my word. You ever been on the receiving end of one of them in training?
Yeah, a few times. I tried to stay clear from some of the big boys, but it happens, doesn't it? And you've got to take it with a pinch of salt, get up and laugh it off.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't like to be on the receiving end of that. But here come Nottingham. It's their turn to attack, and they're doing so with force. The ball is somewhere beneath the mass of bodies.
Yeah, great maul D there from Cardiff Met, holding up the maul and it going down, so it's going to be a Cardiff Met scrum. Some great maul D. Looks like it was Brandon Harvey getting his weight this time through the middle of the maul, maybe taking tips off Joe Cowell like he did earlier in the game.
Yeah, my word. The forwards have been so good today. For both sides, it must be said. But Cardiff Met, how many times have we said the names Merritt, Cowell, Murphy, Harvey? So impressive. It's often the backs that get the props, or get the congratulations, I should say. Especially with tries from players such as Zheng, but lest we forget how important the forwards can be.
Yeah, it's been a massive physical matchup today between both packs, and maybe Cardiff Met are edging it because potentially they're edging the physical battle, but it's been a real good game to watch for me. Maybe not so good for spectators. Not seen loads of free-flowing rugby, but it's been a massive physical battle, and it's shows both S&C groups who are putting the boys through their paces, packing on the muscle mass, and that's why we see such big lumps running around.
Yeah, and we'll see those, and I quote, big lumps attack the scrum now. You and Guy's words, not mine. The clock has ticked into the 80th minute. Not too long to play here. Cardiff Met emerge with the ball, still looking to play forward.
BUCS Meyer just in the boot here, so they'll be looking to chew down the clock if they can keep the break down.
Yeah, our scoreboard says time has gone. The ref's watch may say differently. Cardiff Met cannot lapse in concentration regardless of what time they think it may be.
Must be a couple minutes left because Zach looks like he's going to put a high ball up here.
Yep, he does exactly that. It's Zach Roberts, very high. And it's caught well by Ryan Sweeting. It's tackled even better by the number 20, Will Owen. A low pass fired out by Nottingham. That man again, try-scorer Moyes, evades one, pushes through a second. And Cardiff Met need to be careful here because he's gained a lot of yards. They eventually do exactly that. There's a lot of noise being made below us by the Nottingham staff. They think a foul has been committed off of the ball. Nothing seen by the referee, so play continues.
Some great shots coming here from Cardiff Met, pushing the Nottingham players back.
Yeah, the tempo's gone up, the intensity's gone up. The clock may have gone on our screens, but the rugby is still in full flow. Ball back out to Nottingham. Oh, it's a great hand. Lovely pop off there to the 13. Ryan Sweeting. Try scorer Moyes. Into flanker Sammy Lee, who drops the ball. Can Cardiff Met capitalise? It looks like they have. Oh, just about now.
Bit of room.
Here's that man again.
Bit of room.
Here's that man again. It's Steph Davies. He throws the ball into the hands. Oh, and they have done it. They have done it. It's number 12, Chris Johnson, who puts the ball over the line. It looked for all time Steph Davies was going to be the man. A pass gone awry, but Chris Johnson says no, the ball is mine, the try is mine.
Yeah, some great hands here. Steph spots the space, uses the afterburners. Looks like it's going to be a simple pass. Bounces off Zach, goes to Chris and goes under the sticks. It was a bit of a messy finish, but it'll still taste just as good no matter how messy it is.
Hey, teamwork is teamwork for Cardiff Met. They won't care how it goes over the line as long as it does. It may have bounced off of Zach Roberts, but it bounced into the hands of a Cardiff Met player. And it's Johnson, who's had a great game so far. The centre, the superstitious centre, has to be last into every huddle, but he was first across the try line. And he gives Cardiff Met the points they were looking for.
Yeah, he's had a great game so far, using his physicality, and he just ended up on the end of a loose ball, and that's what happens when you work really hard. You end up on the end of stuff.
Yeah, and he's worked so hard tonight, getting the try he deserves. Another conversion taken, and another conversion goes between the posts. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's 4 for 4 from the tee, as the referee looks to have blown the final whistle here at King Coyd campus. Cardiff Met survive an early scare from Nottingham as they run away with the game eventually. Cardiff Met 35, Nottingham University 7. Ewan Guy, a frantic end to the game, but a plentiful points on the board for Cardiff Met. Sum up your thoughts for us.
Yeah, look, it was a real tough first half. I think Nottingham really looked to bring it, and maybe it slightly surprised Cardiff Met how physical they were, but Met were able to battle through it, and I think in the end win the physicality, which inevitably I believe won the game. But credit to Nottingham, they brought out some real big hits, some real big carries, and really tested Cardiff Met.
Yeah, and you speak there about the defensive work of both sides. There was a lot of the time with the ball spent inside the 5 metre line of Nottingham. They were so strong defensively.
Yeah, Nottingham did amazing to sort of keep themselves in the game with some great defensive sets on their line, and be interesting to see how many tackles they made, because I reckon it was a fair few. But Met just too physical, had too much possession in the end, and that happens. Sometimes you can't spend that long under the cosh and by your own line and expect to win the game.
Yeah, and win the game they did. Cardiff Met emerge victorious from this one. That's all from myself up in the gantry. I'll hand you back to the capable arms of our presenter, Will Stevens, to run through the rest of the stream. talk to Ewan.
Yeah, hi, thanks Matt. What a terrific game. What a great win for Cardiff Met. How did you find the end of that game there, you and Guy?
Yeah, look, it's massive. You can see how just how much any win means to us down here, and you can see the fans there going crazy, singing their songs in full voice, cheering the boys to it was a massive win for us and puts us right in the mix of a top 4 and maybe even a top 2 finish.
And Nottingham, despite scoring early on in the second half, they were blown away really by Met. Are you impressed by the way that Met came back from the losing position once again?
Yeah, we spoke about before about the mindset stuff that we're working on as a team, and that was evident today going down a try. But I think Cowler and Rory and a lot of the other boys who have got a lot of experience would have took it upon themselves and said to the other boys, look, nothing changes, we're still in this game. That was potentially a bit of a freak try, and we just got to keep working, keep trying hard, keep driving, and that's exactly what they did.
And thank you so much, Ian Guy, for joining us. We're just going to bring in the coach, Ian Gardner.
Those shoes.
Ian, thank you so much for joining me. How are you feeling after that win today?
Look, it was a real tough game. Real tough game. They really brought it physically, in fairness to Nottingham, and we had to grind out the win. But obviously we managed to do that at the end. So we're really pleased with the bonus point run.
And were there any standout players for you today? Obviously, Mike Hansen made his BUCS debut today. He played really well. Is there anyone else? Can you talk to me a bit about Mike Hansen, his performance?
Yeah, look, Mike, you know what you're going to get with Mike. He's 100% committed. He's in a tackle all day. His energy, his work rate. Look right back to the last 5 minutes. He was all over the place. He was everywhere. So it was really, really decent.
And what do you think is being said in this huddle that's going on behind us now?
I think it's basically that we had so much territory in possession, we probably didn't manage the game quite as well as we should have.
Right.
In fairness to Nottingham, though, they brought a lot of energy in defence. We probably weren't, shall we say, we didn't clear the contact area as well as we should have. We weren't smart enough in that, I don't think, and they were quite cute in line on a lot of our ball, which we didn't deal with. But nevertheless, it's a bonus point win, which we'll take.
Yeah. And looking ahead to, we can see our fans supporting the Archers there in full voice. So it's terrific scenes to see. How does it feel to see scenes like that celebrating such a big win today?
Well, there's loads of them actually away today. They're between BUCS 2, BUCS 3, and I think BUCS 6 are away. So it's still a pretty impressive crowd, and look, they're fantastic, and I know the boys really appreciate their being here and the noise they make.
Yeah, and looking ahead to next week's huge clash against Hartpury, how are you feeling reflecting on the win today, going into next week's game?
Well, look, Hartpury is always a massive game. They're in second place at the moment. I just heard that Durham have beaten Exeter, and ultimately it's going to be a real tough game. It's going to be against them. So look, we'll rest up, get prepped, and we'll go from there. Because let's enjoy tonight first.
Yeah, and you're also top of the league in the WRU. How are you feeling again on a win like today, going into the championship game on the weekend?
Well, it's basically it's momentum. So both teams at the moment are bringing real momentum within the club. I think we've won 10 of our last 11 games all in all competitions, and so we've got to be really, really pleased with that. And look, they're outstanding against Newbridge. It was one of the best performances of the season. Physically, I thought we really dominated them, and a big physical team like Newbridge are, and it's building nicely, and it's an exciting end of the season it's going to bring, and obviously a real tough game against Treorchy on Friday, but I'm sure the boys are busting to get out there and do a job on them.
Yeah, and we're just going to look through some tries in the second half. Can you just talk me through some of the effort that's going on in the game on the tries here from the second half?
you know, there's a pick and drive there. It looks so we're just trying to bludgeon them, but ultimately there is a bit more detail around it and getting the players in the right position. And ultimately, it's nice to get the try on the board. If I'm honest, I think there was 2 tries the referee didn't give from a pick and drive and a drive-in maul in the game where clearly we were over the line, but he unfortunately wasn't in the best position, and ultimately they weren't awarded, and that would have taken us away from them. But you know, we dug in there, and ultimately we finished. And you know, Roma doing exactly what he does, and you know, that's really phenomenal. In you know, he's a real poacher of a winger, and that's you know, it's typical Roma. He sniffs a chance and he goes. So.
And what a terrific way to end the game with a try from Roma Zeng there. And it was an amazing match. Thank you so much for coming on today and talking to us here. We'll just go through with one more try to talk about.
Yeah, this is the last try with Zach. A fabulous pass by Zach there. He knew exactly what he was doing, just tipped it on to Chris to finish, so completely planned.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and talking to us today.
Yeah, no problem at all.
So thank you, Ewan Guy. Thank you, Matt Purdy, for our commentary. That's all from us here today. I've been Will Stevens for Cardiff Met Sport TV. Thank you so much for watching, and good night.
Julep.